Hello everyone, welcome to Jets TV here on Jet Central. As usual guys, please comment, rate, subscribe guys. Comment, rate, subscribe, like the videos. You contact me, I contact you back. Talk to me, I talk back to you. Let me know what you guys are thinking. This is going to be my week 3 recap. Let's go ahead and get straight into it. New England at Baltimore, New England 30, Baltimore 31. Before I really even get into this game, the refs were absolutely horrible this entire week. This entire just week 3, the refs just were horrible. They made a lot of bad calls. These are replacement refs, and I really hope, I hope and I pray that the NFL comes to some type of agreement with the regular referees to get them back in here, because these refs are garbage. This was a game that was directly affected by a referee's call. Tom Brady came out and balled. This was a really tight game. He went 28 for 41. He had 335 yards throwing the ball. Welker had 8 receptions. He had 142 yards on the ground as well. Joe Flacco went 28-39. He had 382, 3 TDs. He had an interception as well. Torrey Smith, whose brother died earlier in the week before the game, he was still grieving, but came out and balled out in memory of his brother. 6 receptions, 127 yards, 2 TDs. Ray Rice also had 20 carries for 101 yards. He also had a TD. Again, this was a really tight game. Baltimore was behind late in the game. They were able to put a drive together to kick a winning field goal. They lined up, kicked the field goal. To me, the field goal looked right. It looked like it was outside of the bar. The refs standing right there said it was good. It looked like he had missed the field goal to me. Even in the replays, to me, it looks like he missed the field goal. But the refs called it good. New England's coach runs after them, you know, to talk to the refs like, hey, what's going on? There's a lot of confusion. So it's like, hey, what's going on? Are you guys reviewing this? Are you not reviewing it? And the ref just kind of like shrugged him off and just kept running. I mean, it's crazy. So I don't know, but Baltimore took the win. Next game, oh my goodness, Green Bay at Seattle. Green Bay 12, Seattle 14. This was another game with a referee. I mean, Green Bay got robbed in this game. Rodgers 26 of 39. He had 223 throwing the ball. Wilson for Seattle, he went 10 of 21, 130. He had 2 TDs. Golden Tate, which we'll talk about in a second, 3 receptions, 68 yards, 2 TDs. Let me tell you something. The referees, again, have no clue what they're doing. And it's very clear, it's blatant that they have no clue what they're doing. Last drive, Seattle has the ball. They're driving down the field. They call a horrible, and I'm talking about a horrible, you know, they make a horrible call. Wilson scrambling outside the pocket. A Packers player tackles him. I mean, it wasn't even really, you know, necessarily a tackle. He still had the ball in his hand. He throws the ball, gets tackled, goes down. They call roughing the passer on the guy. I mean, come on. Like, come on. I mean, you know, he didn't blast him. He just tackled him. He still had the ball at the time when the guy was going for him. So that gives them a first down. They're able to continue their drive. Wilson, they hike the ball again. Wilson scrambles around, throws the ball into the end zone. A Packer safety catches the ball. This is in the end zone. Catches the ball, clutches it against his chest, totally possesses the ball. Now, Golden Tate is literally standing in front of the guy that caught the ball, okay? This is after he's pushed down a cornerback that plays for the Green Bay Packers as well. So that's offensive pass interference right there. Pushes him straight in the back to the ground. I mean, it was blatant. It was blatant. I mean, the ref was standing right there. It was blatant. Pushes him down, turns around. The guy has the ball. The guy goes to the ground. Guy from the Packers goes to the ground with the ball still in his possession. Golden Tate basically goes to the ground as well, rolls on top of him, and pretends to possess the ball. But it was clear as day that he didn't catch the ball. Well, they say it was a simultaneous catch, and you know, we all know simultaneous catches, tie goes to the runner, it's a touchdown. That's ridiculous. But the most ridiculous part about it was that both referees that came over to make the call, the back judge that actually had view of the call, he waves his hands like, you know, this is an interception. The other guy comes up out of nowhere, calls touchdown. So you had 2 referees literally standing next to each other, making 2 different calls. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. They review the play. gives Seattle a touchdown, and I mean, totally jobbed the Green Bay Packers. And the Packers are livid. I mean, from coach to Aaron Rodgers, I mean, everybody. I mean, it was clear as day that the Green Bay Packers had gotten jobbed. Clear as day. But you know what? To me, it really took away from the performance of Seattle's defense. They were all over Rodgers early in this game. I'm talking about Godfrey had about 3 or 4 sacks. He had about 3 or 4 sacks early in the game before the half. I mean, they were getting after Rodgers and mauling him. But, I mean, that to me just, the calls that were made in the game, the bad pass interference calls, the bad roughing the passer calls, to, you know, the last call in the end zone to basically, I'm just hand Seattle the game. I mean, to me, it was ridiculous. Green Bay got jobbed, but hey, you know, what can you do? And I took Green Bay in that game, so that got me a loss. Next game I want to talk about, Atlanta versus San Diego. I took Atlanta. I got a win. This is not going to take that long because it was just thorough domination from the Atlanta Falcons. Matt Ryan, 30 of 40, 275, 3 TDs. He also had an interception. Tony Gonzalez, 9 receptions, 91 yards, 1 touchdown. I mean, they just dominated San Diego. Like, it was never a close game. The Falcons defense absolutely was all over Phillip Rivers all night long. He was 21 to 38, 173 yards, but he threw 2 crucial interceptions in this game. And the Falcons just rolled San Diego. I mean, it really wasn't even that close. They just rolled San Diego. So next game, Arizona, Philadelphia. This was another game. I took Philly thinking that Philly was going to be able to get their stuff together and, you know, go into Arizona and take care of business. Boy, was I wrong. Arizona's defense was all over Michael Vick this game. And it really made me question Andy Reid's play calling. A lot of the Michael Vicks, he's doing 5-step, 7-step drops and just waiting for guys to get open. And when Michael Vick's receivers don't get open, he gets blasted. I'm talking about blasted, and that was the case in this game. Michael Vick was 17 to 37. He had 217, and he also had 1 fumble. They were in Arizona's red zone, and there, you know, Michael Vick, they go for a pass. Michael Vick drops back. He's looking, and I mean, just bam. Just a linebacker from Arizona just annihilates Michael Vick. Like, absolutely destroys him. I mean, really, it looked like he had, just injured Michael Vick. Michael Vick looked like he had just broken in half. I mean, he was blasted. He gets blasted. The ball just literally comes out of his hand. Arizona, they pick it up, they run it all the way back, touchdown. I mean, Arizona their defense is just crazy, just playing absolutely great this year. Kevin Cobb, 17 to 24, 222 yards, 2 TDs. Larry Fitzgerald, 9 receptions, 114 yards, 1 TD. I mean, just thorough domination by Arizona. Thorough domination. And someone, please, needs to help Michael Vick, because 7-step and 5-step drops are not going to do it. They're not going to do it with Michael Vick, because when guys don't get open, he gets served. Now to the game of all games, the game of the week. New York Jets and Miami Dolphins. I took the Jets in this game and it got me a win. I thought we would beat the Dolphins more handily than we actually did. A lot of bad things came out of this game. Reggie Bush got hurt early in the game, but it turns out, you know, it's pretty much nothing. No structural damage to his knee. Went down after getting hit, but there's nothing really wrong with him. But the big hurt for us was Darrelle Revis is done for the year. Ripped his ACL up. Man, this is really going to change the way we play defense. And it really took the wind out of our sails. We've got to come back, and we've got to come together as a team, but I'll talk about that in later videos. Mark Sanchez, 21 of 45, 306 yards, 1 TD. He had 2 interceptions. He had a horrible, and when I say horrible, I mean horrible. He had a horrible end zone interception. We were in the red zone getting ready to score some points, and he just threw a bad pick. It was horrible. San Antonio Holmes, 9 receptions, 147 yards. Tannehill also 16 to 36. He had 196 yards, 1 interception, excuse me. The game went into overtime. If I had a game ball, I would hand it to Dan Carpenter. He missed 2 field goals in this game. He missed 1 in overtime, which basically gave us the ball back. We went down. Nick Folk kicked the field goal, and we ended up getting the win. It was a really sloppy game, really bad game for us offensively. Our receivers looked just inept. Because when I say inept, I mean inept because the Dolphins have no corners whatsoever. They don't have a corner. Vontae Davis is gone. He is gone. They traded him. So can you please tell me why some guy named Marshall is locking up Santonio Holmes? Santonio didn't get a lot of yards. I mean, he had 147 yards in the game, but he didn't get most of those yards until fourth quarter or, you know, actually overtime. Because the game went into overtime was the only reason he really had 147 yards. You know, we've got to, and now with Revis gone, we've got to rally around ourselves as a team. We've got a lot we need to work on. Our run game is trash. I mean, Sean Green had like 40-something yards, and so did our backup, Powell. He had 40-something yards. We don't seem to have an actual game breaker on our team. We don't seem to have a guy that we can hand the ball to and just say, you know, make something happen. Like when we used to have Leon Washington, we would give him the ball, he was a change of pace back, boom, he was gone. And he could just make something happen. We don't have any of that. I looked at our run game, and I mean, Sean Green, he's a good running back, but he's a volume runner. We don't need a volume. We have enough volume runners. Let's go get somebody that's a speed back, a guy that can just make something, boom, boom, pop, make a play, you know? I just don't see it. Stephen Hill was just another bad performance by Stephen Hill. He's got hands like bricks. I mean, he just does not make catches. I'm really hoping we get Dustin Keller back as well, because Cumberland, he doesn't realize what's going on out in the field. He's not very aware. We really need Dustin Keller back. That's Mark Sanchez's safety blanket. And we're really going to have to step up with Revis gone. I mean, oh my God. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really stressed about this, because with Revis being done, it changes so much of what we have to do for our defense. And we have a lot of teams coming in. I mean, we still got to play the Niners. We still got to play Houston. I mean, we've got some teams coming in that really can maul us. And without our #1 corner, it's like, you know, we're going to have to rely on Cromartie and Kyle Wilson, and they're just going to have to step up. But you know what? I'm keeping a stiff upper lip, guys. And I hope you guys are as well. Please comment, rate, subscribe, guys. Comment, rate, subscribe. Please like the video. And, you know, let me know how's everything going with you guys, man. Let me know what you guys think about the game. Let me know what you guys think about your week 3, your recaps as well. Thank you guys for watching, man. Dang, man, we just lost the rail. Peace.